Hello, everybody. We're back one more time. As I said in episode 12, we're probably going to do a double feature because we're behind a little bit by almost 2 weeks. About 10.
We're sick.
Yeah, because we're sick and been a lot going on. Yeah, the breakup with her, Julie, was, like I said, it pissed me off. I was mad. I was angry that she'd done that to me, the way she did it. If she would have broke up with me in a different way, we might have left on better terms, but the way she did it and what she tried to do afterward, I have no feelings for it whatsoever. Matter of fact, if I seen her today, I wouldn't have much to say to her. I'd look at her, I'd give her pretty much a go to hell look, and I'd carry on I'd carry on. That's how much she cut me. So this next poem, Survivor, me trying to put myself up, make myself feel better about who I am and where I came from. Because I was on top of the world with her, you know. And she sends me to Dear John, and then when I get back, she wants to hook up with me, and then I had a girl that basically threw herself in my arms, but due to the fact that I was loyal, I wanted to be loyal to her, I kind of blew it to the side. I could have just told her to heck with it and hooked up with this other chick and not worry about it. But things happen. That's the way it is. So that's what this next poem is about. Survival. It's a few months after the breakup, and of course a few months had passed, and of course when you get a feel for sex for the first time, you kind of like it. You kind of want more of it, you know. Maybe to her I was wanting too much of it. But like I said, I was a virgin when I met her. She took my virginity, and maybe I was being a little bit overbearing. But like I said, there's a right way and a wrong way to break up with somebody or tell somebody you're done. And the way she did was the wrong way. So I was on drill one night, several months later, and met up some friends, some acquaintances at the time. Don't even remember the names because they were really friends. They took me walking around the neighborhood, and they found this chick that they knew and hooked me up with a one-night stand to kind of get my fill. But it wasn't exactly what I wanted. But you know, I got what I needed for the time being, and that was about it. And of course, on drill, when you had drill, you didn't really do anything anyway. I mean, basically, you go up there, find a place off in the woods, and with the deuce and halves and stuff, the trucks, and you hang out for the day, talking shit, doing nothing basically, or you hang out in the cage. Every now and then we do some trainings, we climb over the walls. PT, firing the weapons. We fired the M60, the 16, the law rocket. We tossed a few grenades. I was assigned to 203 at the time, so when they had 203 firing, I was called in and I went to go fire the 203. So. And AT was basically the same. Annual training, basically the same. Sometimes we just hang around base camp. Every so often we go do stuff. We go do some training. Most of the time we sit there and talk shit and just hang out. The last AT I was a part of, though, it was exciting. It was fun. It was nice. We did a lot that day. But we get through Survivor here, get through this poem, and we'll get through. Take a trip back through the basic AIT training, how much what I went through. Your survivor is trying to get over the breakup. They say survivors survive. I say they're right. They strive for goals to set, defeating any bet. I'm proud to say I'm here to stay. When it seemed all was gone, I kept fighting and sang a song. Whether anyone likes it or not, I survived hell while it was hot. That's exactly what it's all about. Survivors, they don't doubt. Short, simple, and to the point, like a lot of our short poems are. But I went to basic training during the last part of summer, middle of summer of '88. From July, and we were done. It was around October when we were done. I went all the way through 16 weeks. A lot of troops going there. They get the 8 weeks of basic, and then they go home, come back the following year, and do the 5 weeks of AIT. Now, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to knock the whole thing out and get it over with. That's what I did. And that's why I think I got the Dear John letter from Julie, because it was taking too long to get back to her. And she was starting to get hungry. Of course, she moved back to her dad's. Then she had some newfound freedom, and she was really wanting to let loose a little bit, and that wasn't there, and she got bored, basically. That's my take on it. While during training, the first week or two is basically sitting in a classroom, listening to a teacher. What? Tying knots and stuff. Then you get to experience the gas chamber. They teach you how to use the gas mask, and they throw you into a gas chamber. And then you come out and you're about to die. Yeah, that'll be all right. Get up, walk it off. It was intense. I had difficulty with BRM and PT though. It took me 3 tries of the PT final to finally pass. And the PT, you had to do 45 push-ups, I think, 52 sit-ups, and then you had to run the mile within 2 minutes or a couple of minutes or something. But I had a hard time with that, and I had a hard time with the BRM. The BRM, the first round I hit 14 targets. The second round I hit like 19 targets. My final shot, though, I got 27 targets out of 40 and got my marksman. It was a battle, but I made it through. If I'd have failed, though, I'd have had 5 more weeks of AIT. I'd have got held back if I didn't, because we took the last round of PT and BRM and AIT. But I got through. Of course, with the PT, me and a friend of mine, Mowbray, I remember his name because he's the one I used to hung out with the most, Mowbray. We go off to the side during downtimes of training, and we work out together. We get little small logs, small trees, and exercise with them. Do curls with them, push-ups and sit-ups, stuff like that. We'd exercise together so we can prepare ourselves to go. I think Mowbray didn't make it through. I think he got held back. If I understand right, if I remember right. But I made it through. It's all right, though. I had no problem with running. My running was good. I could run forever. But running the 2 mile was nothing to me. Matter of fact, I came in top 5 every time I did the 2 mile run. Just the push-ups and the sit-ups I had a hard time getting. And of course, when I got out, I had the GI Bill, and I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to access it, or what to do with it. I tried to attend college over in Mena, Arkansas, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't near ready. I got through 4.5, 5 years of military training, Army Reserve. And due to the fact that I didn't have enough gas to get going back and forth from Mena to Little Rock, I ended up missing too many days and U'd out of the unit because the unit kind of fizzled apart anyway. The unit kind of had to be rebuilt from the ground up. All the commanding officers were taken out and reassigned the company. Half of them U'd out, the other half transferred to the guard unit there. It was a bad company. It was not the greatest. I probably should have went regular, but like I said, I wanted to stay by my family. If I'd have gone regular, I'd have been better set in my life with veterans, with the VA check, the veterans check. But right now, I don't have enough. Not reserve, regular Army action. I don't have enough regular duty, active duty. That's what it is. I don't have enough active duty status to qualify for a VA check. If I'd have gone regular Army, I would have. So that was the beginning of a lot of poor decisions right there after I got my high school diploma and I got through military training camp. That there started a string of bad decisions. And I would eventually crawl out of it, but crawling out of it was an issue. It was a tussle. It wasn't until I had the twins, my sons, that I was actually able to turn things back around and get things back in order. That was several years down the line. So it just took a while for me to mature the way I should have. And the failure in the Army Reserve was the first of many. Of course, I turned 19 when I was in training camp. Got into a tussle with a few recruits there. One dude named was Garfield. He thought he was
Garfield.
Yep, that was his name. He thought he thought he was God's gift to the planet. And we went round and round with him. It was basically the only one I really had a problem with. We had a bugle stick training. I did really.
What training?
Bugle stick.
What the hell is that?
It's like when you have it's like a giant toothpick. You have two ends of it here. You have a cushion on here and a cushion on here.
Oh, those things.
Yeah, and you use it as a bayonet. And of course, I
dominated
the dude. I was both of them actually.
You're too big.
I just knew how to use it. They didn't know how to use it. They were just banging, 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 banging. I just bang, bam, jump back, stab, and he was dead. The sergeant says, "You've been killed 2 or 3 times already. You got to guard yourself. He done killed you 3 times already. Stab, stab, stab. You got to protect yourself." And he did it again. Bam, 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 stab. I was like, dude, okay, I got enough.
You're embarrassing yourself.
You're embarrassing yourself, pretty much, which is what he told him. And then we had the obstacle course. We didn't do the tower because it was a day we were scheduled to do it. It was windy, so we didn't do the tower. We did do the other obstacle course. We done a BRM course, which is fun. You crawl on your backs. Do an obstacle course. You crawl on the barbed wire, and they're shooting live rounds. Yes.
You don't stand up.
You don't stand up. They shoot a lot of rounds about 6 to 12 feet above your head. So if you stood up,
yeah, you get back.
you probably would have made it. Qualified for the grenade range. You had 5 grenades that you had to toss through windows to a wall over the other side of a wall. Qualified for that one. And of course, we were combat engineers. Our job was remove mines, check for mines, minefields. That's part of our jobs. We got
Don't step on them.
yeah, we got not fake mines, but dummy mines that we practice with.
Mines that were diffused.
Also, we got dummy grenades that we practice with before we actually threw the live grenades. And we built bridges. We built metal bridges across ravines and stuff. So we did that in AIT. So the first week or two of basic was kind of boring because you're sitting in a classroom. But after you get out and you start doing your training, you do your bivouac. You got 2 bivouacs. You got one in basic and you got one in AIT. You got road marches. Once you start doing all that, everything started to get a little more exciting, and the days went by quicker. But before that, it was boring. it was a long day. And of course, the place we did our basic AIT training at was called Fort Leonard Wood, but it had a nickname. They called it Fort Lost in the Woods because of its location. You didn't know where you was at. You got in the middle. You just dropped in the middle of it, you'd get lost, and it was nothing but a total rock bed. When you had to dig your trenches and your foxholes, you had to dig through freaking rocks. And you ate a lot of MREs when you're out in the field. Mm-hmm. Oh my God!
Not all of them are bad, but a lot.
Not all of them are bad. Not all of them, but there were some that were.
I heard the pasta one's pretty good.
Pasta was pretty good. The chicken Alfredo was pretty good. I like the chicken Alfredo. When I got that one, I enjoyed that one. But the crackers were
stale.
The bread was stale. And there's sometimes when I went to had an MRE, I only ate part of it because I couldn't stand the stomach the rest of it. Of course, you always got your little survival kit, your little napkin, and your little toothpaste, and your little toothbrush, and your little wipes, and little string, little matches, your gum. Of course, the gum was just about as bad as the food was.
Yeah, medical supplies also was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
First aid, like Band-Aids and stuff.
Yeah.
Tourniquets.
Because I learned how to tie knots too. I told you that in the last episode, but I don't forget how to do them on now. That was so long ago. I don't remember how to do them. It was interesting. It wasn't too bad. And then we got done. We toward the end of AIT. They treated it.
Did you have camouflage training?
No, we didn't have camo training. We just did. They treated some of the soldiers to movies. And of course, on Sundays, you got your paycheck. On Saturday or Sunday, I sent most of mine to the house at home. I kept some with me because I wanted to get some at the PX. I got a few things. I got some headphones at the PX. I got a couple of cassettes. There's a few things I got at the PX. That was our fun time. That was our free time. A lot of them stayed around the barracks. A lot of them went to church. Of course, around the barracks, sometimes when you have on Sundays, you clean up the barracks a little bit. You do some cleanup. You go downstairs and play pool or something. But Sunday was the only down day we had. Because on Monday, it was back. Wake up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. hit the field, and your wake up was about an hour's worth of PT, depending on the mood the sergeants were in. But there's one incident where we had drill sergeant trainees in charge, and we got tired because we were used to our sergeants doing cadence. So we got fed up with them trying to do cadence, and we just took over. We did our own cadence, and they just, okay. So we did our own cadence. Left, right. Left. Then we did a little tune, a little song, kind of get in rhythm. And the drill sergeants didn't know what the drill sergeant trainees didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to think about it. Like I said, we just took over the company. Because they kept saying, left, right, blah, 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 blah.
I guess their instructors were laughing.
Huh?
Their instructors were laughing.
No, they were left to run the company by themselves.
No observers?
Huh?
No observer?
Well, sometimes they had the observers there. Sometimes, but most of the time, some of the times they were out by themselves to see how much they learned. And
they didn't learn too much.
Of course, we also had to deal with them on one of our bivouacs.
A what?
Bivouacs.
What the hell is that?
You go out into the field. You share a tent with when you're
without a buddy.
Without a buddy. You dig your little foxholes and.
That reminds me of that one video.
One time it was raining. It was pouring down rain on one morning. My buddy was trying to find our gear, and the flashlights weren't working. We couldn't find the flashlights that would work. They were screwing up on us, messing up on us. We couldn't get the lights to work. And
Lowest bidder.
Yeah, we finally got it through though. We finally got out to breakfast, and we're kind of behind getting out to breakfast.
That reminds me of that one story though, that camouflage training. I didn't see you at training today, soldier. Thank you, Sergeant.
Yep. Thank you. I wasn't meant to be seen. But one of the sergeants decided to have fun at my expense. He'd get in my face and yell. Because he wanted to see if I can get a rise out of me because I was having trouble with PT, the BRM, going toward the end of base AIT. Everybody was having a good mood, and I was kind of irritated because I was having a hard time with it. He got in my face and yelled, and just kind of looked at me and says, "Okay, that didn't work." I just stood straight ahead.
You know what I would have done?
They could never get to me. I mean, one time I had two of them. I had two of them riding my ass for absolutely no reason whatsoever. You're supposed to keep your keep your rifle downfield as you're moving down. You're not supposed to run. You're supposed to trot to the next hole, and then fire a few shots, and then get up, and then trot, and then not run, but kind of high step it pretty much. You know, double time it to the next setup of the next area. And I guess I wasn't moving fast enough. He called me over there and they just started fussing at me. So I had no idea what I was getting chewed out about. Had no idea. No clue what I was getting chewed out. We even had a Spider-Man. Yeah, we had a Spider-Man in our company. Yeah, the first week or two there, we had one dude climb down from the third floor, tried to escape and was busted, so they called him Spider-Man. Because he did. He shooed me down from the third floor to the first floor and started to leave. He was caught. Yeah, he was our Spider-Man. I had a name too, but I'm not going to say it because.
What was the name?
No, I'm not going to say it.
Was it bad?
Yeah, it was nasty. It was gross.
Well, how did you get the name?
You know, we Wet Dreams?
Yeah.
I had one.
Oh.
Because when you're in training, you don't have time to to relieve yourself, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you're laying there, and sometimes you
Have a dream.
get the pee hard on. When you get the pee hard on, you have a dream. Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, your underwear is getting wet. You're like, what the heck? Oh man, really? So one of the guys found out about it and started calling me Underwear Man. It was all fun and games. I didn't take it to heart. It was
All in fun.
It was all in fun. And also, when you're out on bass, you can't do these cadences. You had to do the assigned cadences. But when it got out into off the bass on the back roads and stuff, they did some interesting cadences.
Yeah, I heard some.
They did some naughty ones. And we had fun doing the naughty ones with them. Anyway, this next poem, you see, I'm still coughing. I still got the drainage down the back of my throat. Got the mucus, pucus, the going on.
The stuff we don't want in our system.
Yeah, stuff we don't want in the system. I just had a cough drop, and I done sucked it all down. Drinking some cold tea. That's not doing a whole lot of good.
Drink some hot tea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cough drop real quick. Of course, that's the first plane ride too. Going back and forth from Little Rock to St. Louis. I never been on a plane before. That's the first time on a plane. 18 years old. Going on a plane ride to St. Louis. Get a bus ride to Fort Leonard Wood, Lost in the Woods. Take the bus ride back. And believe it or not, they had a base off right off the. Had a little community outside of base. And if you know anything about military communities outside of a military base, you know what's on the community. And one of our troops actually, Jacob, paid for one.
Of course,
yeah.
A comfort.
Yeah, so when we got back from our 3-week excursion, our 3-day excursion between basing and IIT, they asked, who all paid for a prostitute? And one of the troops looked around, see who else raised their hand. No one else raised their hand, only you did. So, you serious? You paid for that? He said, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, he paid for it. But usually you have adult movies, and so me and my roommate, we just got some adult movies, and we watched some adult movies. That's all we did. We mainly stayed in the hotel. We didn't feel like going out or anything. He went out a little bit every now and then. I'm not sure what he did, though, when he was out. But I usually stayed in the hotel and watched TV or the adult flicks. Got my shower, got cleaned up, did my duties in there, and went back to chilled out. Let's hung out there. But that's better. It was interesting. It's my first time really being away from home. It's like Isaac, your brother, when he did when he went to training for the National Guard. That's the first time being away from home. We never experienced that before. So it's a life waking experience. You've never been away from home. Of course, it was a broken home anyway. But it was what it was. Had some fun moments. As we graduated, we got to watch the video of us going through the obstacle course and shouting and hollering and screaming and hoo-hawing about and saying our goodbyes to each other. We got a military graduation book like you would have in high school. They had one for military. I had a few of my friends sign the book, and I got it on my bookshelf over there in the living room. Let's see if you can find it, Jacob, real quick.
What am I looking for?
My military yearbook. The little purple one.
I don't know where it would be.
It'd be on that shelf in there.
This one?
It might be.
One of the movies?
Yeah, beside the movies. Should be on the bookshelf. Thin, flat, purple. It may be there. I don't know. It may be on there. If we don't find it, that's all right. We'll get it for next episode. But yeah, I had some friends. Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's probably. I don't know where it's at. Then don't worry about it. But I had some fellow comrades sign it, and I kept it. I still got it today. I've got my DD 214 in my paperwork over here under my white shelf. Like I said, I don't have enough active duty to qualify for a VA loan or VA benefits of any sort. So, like I said, you can go back and correct the mistakes, correct the errors. But if I had done a different pathway, gone regular, I'd have had my VA loan, I'd have had VA benefits, and probably get a VA check. But it is what it is. But I wrote a poem about my struggles in the PT area. And we'll wrap this up after the poem. And the poem is called The Hellhole. And that's what I called it. And that's what I called the poem. And like I said, I was having trouble with the PT. And I finally got through. And so I wrote a poem about it. And this is the poem. A diamond push-up. The elevated setup. Very tense yelling. Some nervous shivering. An ugly road march. The pulsating arch. The one with guts. The way we kick butt. A loud cadence. A restless, strong sense. The gleeful graduation. An extreme celebration. A deep hole decline. The hill hole was mine. From the likeness of a dome. The finale of freedom. As you can see also, the poems are getting a little more mature because I'm getting older. I'm putting more emotion into them. And they're putting a little more oomph into them. Putting a little iambic pentameter into them. Little rhyme schemes. And as we go further, you'll find they begin to get more and more mature and cover more and more mature subject. But they're getting there. They're starting to grow a little bit. As you saw in the first few poems, how they were kind of childish and silly, and some were kind of serious, and some were not so serious, and some were kind of scary. As I told you before, we're getting away from the horror poems to more of a positive poems. And that's just a sign of maturity. Like I said, I'm 18, I'm going on 19, and things are changing, things are getting different, and I'm fixing to start making some adult choices now. And the more adult choices I make, the more maturity I gain from it, the more wisdom I gain from them. Like one day, I was up in Dad's, and Sherry was again trying to start some shit with me.
What is she, is it?
And she called Dad, and Dad came flying home, and I met him in the yard. And when I met him in the yard, he walked up to me like he was going to do this. I said, you ain't touching me. It's the last time you ever going to touch me. Never again. You will never touch me again. And I stood him down. He looked at me, dumbfounded. He was like, "What the? How do I deal with this?" He was caught off guard. He didn't know what to think about it. And that happened at the Florida trip. He couldn't put his hands on me because I wasn't going to let him. I was going to fight him, and he knew it. So he just decided to leave early because in his opinion, we didn't ruin his trip.
And who was this again?
My dad. We went to Florida. And, of course, one day he was drunk with his brothers there at the house. And I walked in, and he walked up to me like he was going to do some shit. And I stood him up. And Mark said, "You ain't done nothing, Jerry. What are you doing? He ain't done a thing to you. He just got home. What are you doing? Sit down. Relax." And he looked at me, and he shook his head. Said, "Okay." And he went back over and sat down. But I'd had enough and put his hands on me and hit me. And I finally stood up to him. So it's just stuff like that. Mature decisions that change your life. And as you're getting older, it's time to start taking stands.
Stand up for yourself. Standing
up for yourself. Start making adult decisions. You needed to decide what you want to do in life. Start preparing yourself. And I wasn't prepared. No, I mean, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for the college. I wasn't prepared for the military Army Reserve. I sure went irregular. I wasn't prepared to deal with her situation with her, Julie.
No one prepared you.
No one prepared me. I had no guidance. I had no direction.
You had to do everything yourself.
I had to learn everything I learned. I had to learn on my own. And that's okay, and that's all fine and dandy. But when you need someone to be a coach and to be your guide, it would have made things a whole lot easier, and I would have made a whole lot better choices than what I did. But the choices I made and the choices that I faced the consequences of, I learned from them, and like I said, I began to grow. And so we'll end up with that one, and that'll be episode 13.
Yeah.
That'll be the end of episode 13. We'll be back next week.
We need to get ready to go in like an hour.
Yeah, we got a dinner outing with the dad and Pokey later, so we got to go do that. So yeah.
Yes, I know relationships with his father have improved.
Well, yeah, they've improved, yeah, but that's like I said, that happens over time. Things get mature, things settle down, you reconnect, you settle things out.
Forgiveness.
I've forgiven just about everybody that's done me wrong, except of course Julie, because I don't see her no more. I have no idea if she's even still alive or not. So I really don't have a chance or an opportunity to forgive her for what she did. But she's about the only person that's ever done me wrong that I hadn't had a chance to forgive. But we'll end there. We'll see you next week on episode 13 or 14. And episode 14, of course, will be chapter 3. So until then, take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Peace out.